Remember, all things said here are alleged, and in our opinion, baby, we ain't got to fall out about it. Let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, first of all, I want to say I hope you're doing good. We midways through the week. It is hump day. Yes, it is hump day. Listen, again, I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure that you hit that like button as you come on up in the room, honey. We are here to dish out on all of the hot topics here. Something is just going on here. Again, this is your boy Chef Don Don. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you bang that notification bell so that you don't miss any time that I drop a video or go live. All right. Listen, we got to talk, y'all. We got to talk. We got to talk about Latasha. Eh, Baby honey, TMZ caught up with her a couple days ago, and I haven't gotten the opportunity to talk about it, but I would like to talk about it as well. And she was with Rocky, aka Squidward. Y'all can tell that man don't look like Squidward from over there at SpongeBob. Now listen, of course we have to talk about the bishop. Of course we have to talk about the bishop and this robbery and the things that seem to be going on down there with the robbery. Okay, and the guilty pleas and all of that stuff. But before we get into anything, guys, please again make sure you hit that like button, push us up in the algorithm, make sure you bang that notification bell. Get your goalies. It's starting to get, the weather is changing and weather has been changing for the last 2 weeks. Some people have been down. Listen, I don't know why you don't go on and get your goalies so you don't, so you can stay up on top of your health. All right. Even if you having trouble sleeping, they even got goalies for kids. Okay. So make sure you take advantage of 10% off and free shipping as well. So take advantage as much as you possibly can, honey child. All right. Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. So TMZ happened to catch Latasha Scott out as well as Rocky. Now, in this video here, she talks about some stuff that I really just don't even care what she got to say, but she made some interesting claims about Xscape Child. As far as why she's not in the group, what she's trying to do musically, and listen, one thing I will have to say is I've noticed that they've tried to be under the radar for quite some time, and that is Rocky and Latasha. Now, shout out to Rodney the Voice. Rodney the Voice mentioned that they were in Vegas around the same time BravoCon was going on. Now, I ain't saying it's connected to BravoCon or nothing like that, and neither did he. But he did mention that he saw them together. And I thought that that was quite interesting considering, what has been going on. She's also asked about Tamika in this video. Of course, they're going to ask about Tamika. And one thing, at the end of the day, I don't think you will ever listen until the 30,000 is back in Tamika's hand. I don't think that they will ever be able to rekindle anything that is going on with their relationship or until some acknowledgement or something is taking place. But child, it's just very interesting to me how, where we are right now. With this whole particular situation. Latasha, run Tasha, run Tasha, run Tasha. Listen, run Tasha, run Tasha. Now, this is coming on the heels of the news that she is supposed to be running us into Christmas with the Christmas album that I'm not interested in whatsoever. Mary, did you know that your baby boy? I run out of breath trying to sing that one thing. So she got some good breathing skills to be doing all them riffs and runs and stuff and running us into Christmas early. Okay. Anyway, what I want you guys to do is check out this video that she did with TMZ and let me know what you guys think about this. Period. Now,
Great, how are you? I am so good. So you know we gotta ask you, right? Okay. There was a lot of chatter about Bree TSE. She is Nick Cannon's baby mama. We don't like to give her that title, but you know she's one of his child's mothers. She mentioned that she had a former past relationship with Michael B. Jordan. Now she is, you know, with Nick Cannon, but she talked about the past. Is that something that women should do, or how do you feel about that?
You know, we live in a society now that everything is played out on the internet. Me personally, personal business is meant to be kept to yourself. That's just what I would do with it. You know, I'm not in the habit of putting business out in the street, so, you know.
I love that. Do you think that, like, Nick should feel away?
I mean, anybody should feel away if somebody says something about him. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So, you know, we gotta ask you about this too. Can we see you reunited with Xscape anytime soon? Where are you guys now?
Well, to be honest with you, so many people think that I just left. I didn't. I decided to do a solo project. I didn't decide just to go solo by myself. But this is where we are now. I mean, you know, I'm in a space where I'm operating out of love. I'm doing music. This is what I came into the business to do. I'm not gonna stop. But no, I didn't quit the group.
How are you and your sister? We want to know, how are you and Tamika?
We haven't talked. No, we haven't.
I didn't mean to act like that, but I was like, what?
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Well, we're hoping that you guys could patch this up. I know this is like real life and not a show.
Yeah.
This is real life.
Yeah.
Maybe for the holidays?
Maybe. I have a Christmas album, this Christmas Wrap with Love. When I tell y'all you're gonna love it, working on that. I have my cookbook that's getting ready to come out. I'm working on music for next year, R&B, a little bit of blues. You know,
Ooh.
I'm all over the place when it comes down to music. You know, I have a diverse palette, so you're gonna see Tasha doing a whole lot of stuff.
now speaking of this Christmas album, child. Now I told y'all she was gonna run us into Christmas. Joy, 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 joy to the world. I mean, girl, you gonna run us into Christmas. Ugh. Anyway, listen, I hope she has some bops on there. I hope she has some bops on the Christmas album. But child, I told y'all she was gonna run you into Christmas. Check it out. I told y'all asses and y'all just didn't want to listen to me. Ooh, child. Y'all knows we got to get into y'all favorite bishop. Y'all know the bishop right here.
Present you as he turns. This great leader, Chief Apostle Lamar Miller Whitehead. Come on.
Y'all saw all them people in Diamond and Daryl. Where you at? Where you at, Diamond and Daryl? Y'all saw all them people around there in service, okay? You saw all those people in that service. It was packed out in there, parking lot full. Honey, they had to overflow over into across the street in that parking lot. Honey, listen, we have to talk about the bishop. Now, you guys remember the bishop, of course. How we found out about him was due to the robbery that took place during his regular Sunday morning service. Okay. Well, it looks like One of the suspects in regards to this has pled guilty. Now, one thing I do find interesting is um with this particular situation, this same one was supposed to plead guilty a couple months ago and it didn't go through. But here's what I'm going to do. So this is reported from the New York Post, of course. And it says suspect in live stream robbery of Brooklyn Bling Bishop, Lamar Whitehead pleads guilty. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick. One of the bandits charged with stealing 1,000,000 in jewelry from flashy Brooklyn Bishop Lamar Whitehead during a live stream church service last year pleaded guilty on Tuesday of this week. Now, Saquon Pollock, 25, softly said guilty when Judge William Kuntz asked whether he admitted to helping carry out the caught on video July 2022 stick up at Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries. Now, he stated that I participated in a robbery, took another person's property with a threat, Pollock said during a hearing in Brooklyn federal court. Now, Pollock pleaded guilty to one count of federal robbery, will likely serve between 5.25 and 6.5 years in prison if he clearly demonstrates acceptance of the responsibility for the shocking crime before his sentencing date, court paper says. Now, he had faced a maximum sentence of up to 20 years. Whitehead was in the courtroom during the plea wearing an orange turtleneck and a jacket, uh, relatively muted from his typical attire. Ooh, that's shady. And stared down Pollock from the first row of the gallery. Now, the pastor who was dubbed the Bling Bishop for for wearing his Fendi suits, bold framed eyeglasses, his watches, rings, necklaces, driving Rolls Royces. Previously said that he forgave the robbers, but had a harsh word for them after court on Tuesday. Now, these guys came into my house of worship, right? A house of worship with guns. It don't get no worse than that with babies and elderly people. He told reporters while glad that the guilty plea had taken place. Now his wife and congregants all remain traumatized by the crime, Whitehead added. Now this stuff really destroyed my life and destroyed my church, referring to the speculation at the time that Whitehead staged the robbery for his own gain. Now Pollock suspected, um, who is 25. Now his worker with her, Jawan Anderson, pleaded not guilty and is free on bond. Now, his trial is currently slated for March, but court records suggest that he may be nearing a plea deal with the feds as well. Now, that's the one where he's talking about December the 1st, in which he has that court date. Now, a third robbery suspect, Shamar Leggett, 41, has not been apprehended. A trio of thieves were filmed robbing Whitehead in the middle of a live stream sermon at his Brooklyn church in July of 2022. In footage, Whitehead could be seen dropping to the ground as a result of the masked men approaching him. Now, the preacher stated that the thieves pointed a gun at his 8-year-old daughter and demanded jewelry from both him and his wife. They allegedly made off with Whitehead's $75,000 Rolex watch and $75,000 Cavalier watch. Now, why you had on two watches? And $25,000 diamond and ruby ring and other valuables. Whitehead has become the center of his own controversy since the robbery. In December, he was hit with federal charges as alleging scamming congregants out of tens of thousands of dollars and blowing the cash on his lavish lifestyle. One of his accusers, 65-year-old Pauline Anderson, said that Whitehead convinced her to litigate her life savings and give him $90,000 on the promise that he would use it to buy and renovate a home for her. Instead, prosecutors said that the preacher blew her cash on luxury clothing for himself. Prosecutors also alleged that Whitehead, a close pal of uh, Mayor Eric Adams, extorted a businessman, Brandon Belmonte, out of $5,000 and asked him for $500,000 in return of obtaining favorable actions by the New York City government for real estate project of Belmonte's. Now, Whitehead was charged with 2 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of making material false statements for lying to the FBI, and 1 count of extortion. Federal prosecutors said that he pleaded not guilty and was released on a $500,000 bond. Belmonte has since been charged with conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud in a separate case, which Whitehead has claimed vindicates him of his charges. Now, child, y'all already know what the tea is. Anyway, I want y'all to see what Whitehead, of course, had to say down to the press conference. And then, of course, I want you guys to see what he had to say on his Instagram. Because it is quite interesting.
Right? A house of worship with guns, right? It don't get no worse than that. With babies and elderly people, you know, and what the world has done is looked at me as a young pastor, a young black man that has a different style, a unique style. I don't wear, you know, what a traditional pastor looked like. And what happened was they desensitized my office as a bishop, as a pastor, as an apostle. And then what happened psychologically, we all made it make sense. Like, okay, he's a villain instead of a victim. But this is a church. And, you know, I was talking to my wife today or yesterday, and, you know, she's still traumatized behind it. You know, my deacon that's here with me, we were talking on the way here, and the church is still traumatized. Like, this stuff, you know, while I was sitting in the court, I was holding back tears. You know, I was holding back tears because of the frustration and the anger that I was laying on the floor and I was looking at these guys with a gun in my 8-month-old daughter's face. Now my daughter just turned 2 years old yesterday, you know, so she was 8 months old at the time. And I just really think that the world really needs to understand that, you know, we got to protect the houses of worship, no matter what it is, no matter if it's a church, no matter if it's a synagogue or a mosque jig, it doesn't matter.
Following me and following this story and following my life and seeing the up, downs, ins and outs that I had to go through. Oh man, and things are starting to be completed now. God is starting to reveal, expose, and deliver. So it's amazing. So listen, y'all, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here long on live. But first, I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank every single body that has trusted the bishop, has trusted the God in me. And even though when everybody ridiculed me and they made up all of these theories of how I set the robbery up of my church, 1 year later, we have a guilty plea. I know last month, the young man, Saquon Pollock, if y'all see the video, the tall guy that was, that came in the pulpit with his gun, that was the first guy that had, he pleaded guilty today. And he admitted, you know, the media was there, and he pled guilty today. And he pled guilty to the Hobbs Act robbery. And he pled guilty to coming into the church and robbing myself and my wife with a gun. And he had to admit it in order for the judge to accept it. So we're moving forward, y'all. And God is amazing. And God always show up and show out. When everybody turned their back on you, God is just amazing. And, you know, it was a very difficult time there. I was sitting with my deacon, the chairman of the deacon board, Wendell, and he was sitting there with me. And I began to reflect on that day. I began to reflect on that day. And I began to relive that moment. And I thank God for peace, because this has been a very traumatizing time, because as a leader, I watched the video and I said I should have did something, and then I knew that I did the right thing. But me being a leader and a man, I just felt that I could have did more. But the way that they had the church positioned, this guy Pollock, he started off in the back. He had the gun on both of my deacons and all the men. And then, hey, Vicky Yohi, you are one of my favorite gospel singers. Love you so much for doing what God has blessed you with. He was in the back of the church, and then the other two guys came in the front of the church. So they had everything positioned. And if anything would have went different, they could have been casualties. And people say, well, maybe they would have shot anybody, right? I want to tell y'all something, right? The guy, Shamar Leggett, this is the third suspect that they have not got caught yet. This is the guy who had the gun in my wife's face and the gun in my daughter's face. My daughter was 8 months old. His name is Shamar Leggett. He's also, so he's been on the run for a long time. He's been on the run for a long time. And he has now committed more robberies. And I want to show y'all how good God is to Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministry. That's my ministry. And how graceful he is. He's now wanted in Providence. I believe that's Rhode Island, Providence. In September, he did another armed robbery and he actually shot the person. So if you Google his name, Shamar Leggett, he just committed another armed robbery, but he actually shot the individual. And there was a high-speed chase and he got away from the police. So I want to let you guys know how grateful I am, because if he had this pistol in front of my wife's face and in front of my my daughter's face, he had no regards. He has no regards for life. But God favored the ministry. There was no casualties. There was no shooting. Even though the enemy came in, the Bible says, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. The Bible also says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The weapon was formed against us, but it didn't prosper. And I'm really grateful for that, because this guy, Shamar Leggett, who I will be posting again today, just so y'all can see him. He's on a run in many different states. And for everybody that said that this robbery was a setup by me and changed the Bishop Whitehead and Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries from being victims to villains, woe unto you. So we have the first guilty plea by Saquon Pollock. The next guilty plea by Jawan Anderson will be on December the 1st at 1 p.m. It will be December 1st at 1 p.m. And there's going to be some more news about this case coming out as well. Y'all stay tuned, because God is unraveling and exposing the enemy. And I can't say thank you enough for everybody that hung in there with me, and how they did my name and ridiculed my name and just tried to destroy my name. It was you guys that held me down. And I need y'all to understand that I believe that I had to go through this so I can be a testament for the ones that need to hear my testimony to get through their trying times. If Job didn't go through what he had to go through, how could we reflect on the book of Job, the 42 chapters, right? Sometimes we have to go through things, not because it's us, but because other people have to be able to reference a man or a woman of God and how they persevered and how they stood tall in God's word, right? Lastly, and in closing, I want to say this. I really thank God. I really thank Jesus. I really do, y'all. I really do. I really thank Jesus. He is just awesome in all his ways. And even though we're not perfect, he still blesses us. Shout out to Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries. One down. Saquon Pollock pled guilty, and he's facing a maximum of 20 years in prison. People like these guys should be off the street. They asked me, the media asked me, how much time do I believe they should get? And I said the max. And they said, why, Bishop? I said, because if they can rob a church, then they can harm anybody. And prison is established for a reason. I know that there is a lot of racial profiling, and there's a lot of young African-American men and women that are in prison illegally. But prison, however, prison is made for a reason. And it's made for individuals like this that disregard life, that disregard human beings and disregard. Like, when I grew up, they had respect for women and children in the church. If they was going to shoot, I'm just talking about from where I'm from, they would say, look, y'all better be in the house by 8 o'clock because we coming through here. There was a code of conduct. And what these young men have done is they broke all codes. And then he has the nerve to continue to look all mean and ice grill. And there's no way in the world you can say that you're tough if you ran in a church. And so, you know, it is what it is. But one down, y'all. One down. And I'm hoping that they catch this what's his name? Shamar Leggett, because he's another scumbag. You know, that's what they are. You run around with a pistol. Okay, cool. Now what? You tough? You know? Ooh. And to Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries, I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And thank you guys for the ones that have stuck in there, hung in there with their pastor. Thank you so much for just being there, y'all. You know, I'm kind of lost for words, but I'm just really thankful. And to every Christian and every human being that has prayed for me and the church, thank you. Thank you. You know, we have to celebrate victories, y'all. We've been through, we went through so many trials, you know, trial and error in this last year and a half. And, you know, I just want to thank God. So for everybody, but I can't say it enough. For everybody that thought the bishop was behind it, woe unto you, man. Boy, I tell you. And there's going to be more things. There's going to be more things. God prophesied it this year, prophesied it to me this year and said, this is going to be the year of the incredible, where God is going to blow our minds. And we have 2 more months, well, a month and a half left before this year is out. So, I was trying to read your comments. All right. Somebody said many oldest black men apologies, and I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. They used me and my name and this situation as a stepping stone to get to where they are, and they on to the next story, and that's just what it is. But you know, God is amazing, and you know, you can't touch God's anointing and think you're just gonna get away with it. Somebody said they did act up, but I know you had nothing to do with it, Pastor. Thank you. Thank you for the ones that for the ones that's up here right now. Let's do that. And then I'm gone. For the ones that's up here right now that thought that I set up the robbery, just say me. I did. Just say I did. Right? Just put your hand up there. Or just say me. I did not. I have laughed. Happy for you, really. Always been a blessing. Thank you so much. Look. Gus said me. Oh man. Come on, y'all gotta admit it, man. I ain't gonna be mad. Look, Lisa Patterson said me. My apologies. Look, Josh, hold on. Sag Black 2 said I did. Josh said me. Come on, who else? Who else, y'all? This is good. I believe in you. Thank you so much, brother. And I will always believe in you and believe in yes. Thank you so much. That's right, Beauty 82. Not me. I was always on your side. Go back and look. That's nothing but God. I didn't want to believe that. Look, me, I love _freaks. Me said me. Paul Thomas said me too. I didn't like many came against you. All right, Josh. Josh said, my bad. I accept your apology. I never thought that because there are too many was to having your jewelry stolen if you wanted the insurance. Yeah. Jeez, I'm leaving. Hey, Mary. We'll call you at the Bible study today. I knew you were telling the truth. Thank you so much, Ms. Robinson. I was going to judge you. I wasn't going to judge you in that situation. Believe you. Thank you so much, Derek. I was too on your side. Thank you so much, Cameron. Michelle, explain that. We said, yes, I viewed the video 5 or 6 more times, and I began to have doubts. Uh-oh. Tell me about that. You are a very generous person. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Yes, we can all learn from this. To be frank, I was believing Larry Reed that you set everything up at first until the facts proved Larry Reed, because I was lying on you. Yeah, and he actually, y'all gonna see more about that come out. Without all the facts I did. Stacy said, without all the facts I did. My apologies. I kept listening to you and glad the truth was revealed. This is a season of exposure. Wait until God starts exposing who else is behind. Yes, 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 yes. You just keep putting. Good evening, Pastor. Good to see you. Hey, Cheryl. All right, y'all. Daquan, make sure you inbox me, man. Inbox me again, because I know you wanted me to call you about covering and all that, man. Make sure you inbox me again, brother. And I'm going to give you a call. Thank y'all so much. So I'm about to go. I got to prepare for Bible study. I told y'all to sign up for Bible study, LOTIM@gmail.com. No, LOTIM Bible study @gmail.com. So I got to teach Bible study. And God is amazing, y'all, because everybody that talked about the bishop and said I set the robbery up, what's up now? What's up now? What's up now? Then people was like, you deserve to get robbed. You robbing the people. Okay. 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 Hey, y'all got to make sure. Y'all got to make sure y'all got to stop judging people, man. Y'all got to stop judging people, because this stuff right here, y'all go back and see. Go back to Larry Reed and see how he was talking about I set up the robbery and, you know, all of them. Go back to all of them, y'all. And everybody was kicking me and all that. Woo. The Bible study email is LOTIM Bible study @gmail.com. So it's Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries, acronyms. All right, y'all. One down and a few more to go. December 1st, the next one will be taking his plea of guilty of robbing the church. All right, y'all. We gotta get you to Philly to break the bread. All right. Yeah, make sure you inbox me, brother. Inbox me, and I'm going to definitely call you after Bible study tonight. All right. All right, y'all. Love y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited. Justice. You know, justice. Just think about it, y'all. Think about it. This time last year, woo, y'all was whooping me. Woo, whooping me. Even after they caught some of the people. Whooping me. Woo. 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 Preachers preaching about me. Boy, oh boy, they was whooping me. Whooping me. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. All right, y'all. Love y'all so much. Let me get ready for Bible study. If you want to join Bible study, right? Hopefully my team will get back to you today if you respond today. I mean, if you email today. But we're about to go on Bible study in 30 minutes. You can email LOTIM Bible study @gmail.com. Amen. That's LOTIM Bible study @gmail.com. All right, y'all. So love y'all so much. Y'all stay focused. Y'all stay firm. And God is always amazing. And just watch, y'all. Watch how the tides turn. You know? So like I said, everybody that thought the bishop set up the robbery, hey, y'all gonna see more. Y'all gonna see more.
Now listen, y'all. It's a whole bunch of mess around here. So listen, y'all gotta let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, you know, he be saying some off the wall stuff, child. Y'all favorite bishop.
Present you as he turns. This great leader, Chief Apostle Lamar Miller Whitehead. Come on.
Standing room only, standing room only. Listen, um, this is the same guy that did plead not guilty a couple months ago, where he had changed his mind. And according to the article, he stated that he pleaded guilty. You know, he said it quietly and whispering and things like that. But listen, one thing I want to clear up is the fact that the bishop seems to think that everybody's, and now there were definitely a lot of people who said that man staged a robbery. One thing I can completely say is I never said that the man staged a robbery. What I did say is that the robbery brought a lot of attention to him. Okay, a lot of attention to him. And ultimately, I think at this particular point, we're gonna see what it's gonna be, because you know, the bishop actually has his trial in February, and they're saying that the trial for the young men doesn't start until March. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this thing plays out. Y'all gotta let me know what you think about this exactly down in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and listen, I'm gonna play it for you one more time just cause.
Present you as he turns. This great leader, Chief Apostle Lamar Miller Whitehead. Come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That band wrecks every time. Again, listen, drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, and I will be sure to catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you like this video on your way out of the room.